This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Thurs Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. It was announced earlier this week that another regional swimming competition is coming to the Bahamas, and it will precede Carifta 2017, which will also be held in the 242.
We were awarded the Caribbean Islands Swimming Championships, which is a meet of the entire all the Caribbean islands, Spanish, French, Dutch, and English Caribbean. They become international next year to compete. It's a meet that's a higher level on Carifta, and we expect to host a very good meet next year, and we'll be seeking corporate Bahamas to support for those championships. And we're excited actually that this will be our first time hosting a meet of this caliber.
Now, in addition to CISC coming to the Bahamas, a couple of other announcements were made this week as well. Bahamas Swimming Federation President Algernon Cargill has been elected to a pair of international posts, which includes being the representative for the Caribbean on the FINA Bureau, which governs swimming worldwide.
It showcases that the excellent work we're doing, not only in the pool but administratively in our federation, that is receiving the recognition of my colleagues around the swimming world. And to win those elections over the CCCAN president, for example, and former president, tells us that although we are a very small country in swimming, we certainly being well recognized. I was also elected to as an executive of UMANA. UMANA is the governing body for swimming for the Americas. That's North America, Central, South America, including the Caribbean. And I will start that 4-year term immediately after the Pan American Games. So while it is the first time a Bahamian has been elected to this level of swimming, it certainly is only reflective of the hard work we put into making our federation one of the premier federations of the Caribbean.
These announcements could not come at a more opportune time, as the BSF Nationals got underway earlier today at the Betty Kelly Kenning National Aquatic Center. Competition runs through Sunday, and there's expected to be a lot of action in the pool.
We have more than 500 swimmers participating and over 20 international swimmers who have come to the Bahamas to qualify for Kazan, the World Championships, as well as the Olympic Games next year. And of course, the highlight of the meet for us is that Ariana Vanderpool Wallace and our other Olympians, they will be competing here at home in the Nationals, and they will really inspire our younger kids in terms of not only what it is to swim against the world's best swimmers, but what it is to dedicate commitment and love for the sport into excellence.
I'm ready. It's always fun to come down to Nationals and just perform for the home crowd and my parents, so I'm just excited to be here.
I have one swimmer from Zambia who needed to qualify for the World Championships, and she just needs to be able to compete in a FINA-approved meet. And so we took the opportunity to enjoy the Bahamas for the weekend.
Now, come tomorrow, the B3's Senior Track and Field Nationals will run alongside the Swim Nationals at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, and the women's sprints are expected to have fans on the edge of their seats.
It's like the new with the veteran, and so it's very good, it's very healthy, and project look very good. The projection looked very, very good for our short sprint, even for the female, with the younger athletes stepping up. You know, we had the World Relays, and we have Brianne Behel as a part of that relay team, 4x1 race, and she would have gotten her feet wet and gained some experience to compete at that level. And I think it will help her moving forward and help the short sprint. So I feel that the Bahamian public can come out and should come out and anticipate an outstanding performance from our athletes, and we need the stadium filled. We need the stands filled to cheer on and support our athletes as they compete. When the noise and the crowd is behind our athletes, that's going to get their adrenaline pumping, and it's going to cause them to continue to excel and do extremely well and do something special in front of the Bahamian public.
The revitalization of the Queen Elizabeth Sports Center continues, and earlier today in the Senate, an update was given on baseball's new crown jewel.
Yesterday, I received a text from a company that the government has engaged for the fabrication of the rebuilding of the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium to say that we are finally on the way to make this dream a reality. This stadium will be fabricated in the state of Kentucky. For some naysayers, the stadium will take about 130 days to be fabricated. The stadium will then be shipped on some 75 flat racks and container, and then assembled here in about 6 months. Initially, in order to host a level of baseball tournaments that we needed some more fields. The space there at this time could not accommodate the 3 additional fields that we needed. What we did, we thought it's necessary to develop and redevelop the Blue Hill playing fields. We now are well on the way with the drawings and the pricing of the refurbishment of the 4 fields and additional fields all the way down by the Jose Catalon staging area will be softball, baseball fields. As a matter of fact, these fields have to be ready for as soon as next year because the Ministry of Tourism is waiting for a 47 female softball team tournament that's ready to come to Nassau.
The Emancipation holiday weekend in August is without a doubt the busiest time for sloop sailing in the country. Regattas will take place in Cat Island, Acklands, Black Point, and Rollville. Our Julian Gibson recently caught up with a few of the committee members from Rollville to find out what's on tap this time around.
Benson Rollville Exuma Regatta Committee members say they are ready for this year's event.
Things are looking pretty good right now. You know, all the girls and guys are very excited about going back home, and persons are calling, finding out what's going on, what's happening.
Now there will be a number of onshore activities to complement sailing.
They're looking at, on the Friday, we started our annual float parade from, well, last year we started from the airport in Exuma. This year we're looking at starting from Emerald Bay, Sandals, Emerald Bay, and down to Rollville.
We're planning a beach party on that Sunday. It starts at 3 o'clock. It's going to be exciting, so we're asking everyone to come out. And then we also have our church service that starts at 11 o'clock at Ebenezer Baptist Church.
We have a annual fashion show which is held each year by Envy Me Fashion. We have the climbing of the greasy pole every year. We have the watermelon contest. We have apple bobbing. This year we're going to do the pineapple, also a corn eating contest. We also have the musical chair for adults and children, and we have a routine of dance from both Nassau and Exuma.
Looks like Rollville will be the place to be this year, and on the heels of a successful Bahamas Junk Crew Carnival, well, they also plan to get loose. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks a lot, Julian, and that will do it for sports. Stay tuned, the Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.